friends. Fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy. How did that happen?
Well, you live long enough.
He's back. We're back. No Time to Die is back. Holy smokes. 2 trailers in one day for the new film. Wow, what a good day for Bond material. And if that wasn't enough, I happened to catch another trailer for a very interestingly titled documentary. So for all of you who reached out and said, did you catch this? Yeah, I caught it. So thank you for that. Let's talk about these trailers. Holy cow. I'm going to admit, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to see any new material, right? I mean, we got plenty of trailers. We were all kind of like, yeah, I think we got enough. We don't want any more spoilers. So, you know, I was on the fence about whether or not I even wanted to see it, but I have to tell you, after watching these 2 trailers, man, was I excited. My excitement level was really taking a hit. It's been a rough time. You know, a long time to wait for a film, a lot of big disappointments along the way. Don't need to travel down that road again. You know what I'm talking about. So it was, you know, I was getting to where, frankly, you know, whenever we see it, and that's it. There's no point in even really worried about it. Once I saw these trailers, I was back. I was really, really happy with everything I saw. It was a lot of stuff that we'd seen already, thankfully, just sort of reworked a little bit. And a lot of new stuff, just little snippets here and there of new things, just enough to sort of get, you know, wet your whistle and get you excited. And honestly, the things that I caught, boy, was it just looked so good. I think we are in for a pretty incredible ride with this one. I'll be shocked if anyone is disappointed in any way with this one. Let's talk about them. The US trailer. All right, I wasn't real thrilled about, I get the idea of reminding people of where we've been, because, you know, again, it's been a while and the films have been sparse. So it made sense to sort of revisit and try to get people excited and say, look, I mean, you know, we're following a road that's been real successful. But it kind of did sort of like feel a little fan fiction-ish or fan trailers. So, you know, it was fine. It was okay. What I loved about the US trailer, there's one shot in particular where Bond and Madeline are in the car.
Okay.
That was great. I thought that was so cool. That little bit of like something is going on. You were in the car with them, and Bond looks like he's at the end of his rope, and she's pleading with him to do something to get them out of there. And like he's kind of had it, and it looks like he's ready to say, no, I let them kill us, whatever. And then he says, okay. And then kicks it on and takes care of business. Boy, was that cool. I thought that was really well done. And honestly, I have to tell you, because I'm like halfway through rereading On Her Majesty's Secret Service this week for the book club coming up this weekend. I was really in that kind of Fleming mindset, like very much. I'm in the middle of a book. I was listening to the audiobook just this morning before work. I've been doing it for a couple of days. So I was kind of hip deep in that Fleming. Just that little bit, I thought, oh, did that feel Fleming-ish to me? I was like, boy, was that cool. So yeah, I mean, and obviously the rest of the trailer was great. The visuals are great. I think this is going to be a lush, beautiful film. The international trailer, again, kind of, I like this one a little bit better. If I had to pick one, I liked it because it was just a trailer for this film, not an homage to the old ones. with that said, there was a lot of great stuff here. Q gets the best line.
Can I just have one nice evening, please, before the world explodes?
I mean, that's the best line in the trailer, I thought. I mean, that was the one. I mean, I'm probably saying that because it was probably one of the few new lines, but just what a great one. And boy, you know, you could sort of feel the difference. I felt like the U.S. trailer is a little focused on the mission. Like, that was where you had that little shot of the little techie shot of James Bond. And the international, you know, was I kind of felt like it was more about the art of the film. And I could be getting that wrong because they're blending together as well. But yeah, I mean, I really did just feel like after I saw the two of these films, I said, boy, this is going to be great. I mean, and I feel like it's going to be just a nice treat to just go and enjoy a Bond film. You know, after all this time, I feel like maybe even my personal hype is kind of died down, and maybe now I could just relax and watch the film and enjoy it for what it is. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the trailer. But this other one, again, kind of grabbed me.
I thought I wouldn't know how to handle it. But I knew we were doing something really special. I literally met my trainer with a rollie and a bacon sandwich, and I said, I want to change.
Listen, I haven't seen it yet. It's coming out in about a week or so. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to actually finally watch something on Apple TV after I've been paying for it for probably 2 years, and I don't think I've watched a single thing on it. So here I finally got something to watch. And again, I am looking forward to it because it does seem, it feels like the journey of Daniel Craig, and I feel like I have a hunch that this is going to be something that a lot of people have been getting it wrong, because Craig seems in this trailer, you know, he seems very excited, passionate, and grateful that he got to play James Bond and got to ride, you know, go on this journey. So I'm very curious to see this kind of behind the scenes, you know, what it was like and what his feelings about doing it really are. So that should be interesting as well. By the way, like I said, everyone sort of joked with me, like, are you going to sue somebody for stealing your name? And are you going to, like, I hope they paid your royalties. No, they didn't pay me any royalties. They got my t-shirt store closed down. And you heard me sort of joking about that recently in a podcast about how that had happened. Truthfully, though, I really have to say, I really got off light. That could have been a real problem. If the powers that be, the owners of the franchise, wanted to make a documentary and wanted to call it Being James Bond, needless to say, I could have had a big problem. And I was sort of talking to some friends about it today, and I think, you know, somebody said to me, they said, you know, you probably have to, you know, acknowledge that they must have, the name Being James Bond must have been discussed. And not that, you know, I'm not trying to hype myself up and say, you know, look how important I am, that they would know who I am, and they probably had to talk about whether or not to use the name, etc. At the very least, somebody somewhere had to do a search for the URL, and there's Being James Bond, my website. So I do think a conscious decision must have been made. So I think probably that's why the t-shirt store got shut down, but I have to acknowledge that I think somebody somewhere said, let's not pick on that website. Let's let him do his thing. And for that, I'm grateful. I really have to say that I'm very grateful for that. Again, this could have easily been a problem. It could have been the end of Being James Bond, frankly. So again, I'm glad for that, and I'm excited for the documentary. I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So there you go. There was the day that was No Time to Die. Our new excitement for new trailers, new everything. I'm hearing that we're going to start seeing posters, and the rest of the PR machine is going to start to crank. So yeah, it's going to be good. You know, I'm pretty excited. Very, very much looking forward to this movie, and feeling fairly confident at this point that it's going to happen. Again, I really, in the last week or two, if you ask me, I was still on the fence as to whether or not we were going to see a film this year because of the variants and all this other stuff, but again, I'm not going down that road. So I'm glad now that I feel much more confident that I think we're going to see the film, and I'm letting myself get excited. Finally letting myself get excited. It's time. It's time, and boy, have we earned it. So going to be a lot to talk about in the fall and winter months. So I, for one, am very, very excited for this and just incredibly pleased with everything I've seen so far. So I think we're in good hands. I'll leave it at that, guys. As always, thank you for being part of the podcast and the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and listening, as always. And more to come as we start to inch closer to this great film. Take care, guys. It's your good buddy Head of Section. Talk to you soon.